What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make Marshalls. Now, if you don't know what Marshalls is, don't worry, I don't either. It's a store or something like that that sells stuff, I guess. I honestly don't know. I just know that it's a store. And here it is in all of its buildness. I don't really know. It's, it's one of those builds that I've made in this world. Anyway, here's the interior space right about now, and with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Here are all the materials you need for this build. I don't even know why I made this. You need 10 materials. Of course, it's 10 and not 9, but oh well. You win some, you lose some. Alrighty, so the space we need for this is a 98 by 41, and we're going to get the entire set of materials we had originally, except for the smooth quartz slab. So you want to get the following. Smooth quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, bricks, white terracotta, black stained glass, pale oak doors. I'm just a dark oak instinctively. Blue concrete. Actually, I lied. Smooth quartz slabs. We'll pass on spruce trapdoors. Or we'll pass on spruce slabs. Yeah, spruce slabs. So go spruce trapdoors. I just changed my mind like 6 times. I apologize. So anyway, what you want to start by doing is starting from the front left-hand corner of your 98 by 41 grid. Cough, cough. If you've made it, if you want to start from the front right, that is also fine. You want to start by counting back by 4 and right by 3. And extending right, you're going to place 23 smooth quartz blocks. Just like so. On top of every single one, you're going to place a smooth quartz stair facing forward. And then on top of that, you're going to place 5 rows of bricks. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. I gotta get that one out of the way early, although I'll probably forget in 5 minutes that I said it, so... there's that, I guess, side effect. And then you want a row of white terracotta on top. Just a little bit of a trim. Baseboard, except it's not on the base, it's at the top. So, to the right of these smooth quartz on the floor, where you're going to place a row of 2 smooth quartz, and extend it forward by 1. It should be too tall. You'll then extend the bottom smooth quartz forward by 1, and place a stair on top of it. And then again, specifically the bottom smooth quartz block, you will extend right by 6. And then on top of the end one there, you'll place a smooth quartz stair. On top of the smooth quartz stair on either side, you're going to place 3 bricks. And then with a placeholder, however you want to do it, you're placing an upside down smooth quartz stair facing forward. On top of those stairs, you'll then place 3 smooth quartz blocks. And each of the top 3 rows of blocks, along with the upside down stairs below them, you'll connect together with blue concrete. Which will leave you with a, what is it, a 5 by 4? Yeah. A block inside of the wall in that 5 by 4, you're going to fill this in with black stained glass. At the left side of this, extend the brick and smooth quartz back a row. Which the stair will be brought back with a block, just because you don't want a gap there, obviously. These stairs are really mainly for the front, although they do go back in some portions, but where the walls are moving around, we don't have the stairs following the whole way. Speaking of which right of this section, you want to place a row of 2 smooth quartz. Again, right at this little bottom thing. Should be too tall. Extend the bottom smooth quartz forward 1 and then right by 1, and extend on top of either of those blocks stairs facing forward. You'll then place, for now, 4 blue concrete. I am going to extend the top blue concrete back by 1 on the left, just to fill in that little gap where the upside down stair makes. Just kind of keep in mind where all those gaps are, where the stairs are, because you want to be filling in those gaps. Back diagonally right from this thing, you want to place a smooth quartz block from the bottom of it. Extend right with 2 stairs, block, 2 stairs, block. Extend each block up by 4 here. And then connect the top blocks together with upside down smooth quartz slabs. Extend the right block up an additional 1. And then extend this one right by 15. Connect down to the ground from there. And then extend right from this bottom block with 2 stairs. Block. 2 stairs. Block. Again, extend these N2 blocks up by 4. And then you'll connect the tops of them together with upside down slabs, along with to the left to that one, with which will be not the top block of it, but still, it'll look like this. Kind of looks cool, actually. I like that. You want to basically split up the middle here into 3 sections that are 4 wide. So if you count from either side, you're going to leave 4 open, and then place a row of smooth quartz connecting from the floor up to the row going across there, which will kind of give you this, essentially. Within those middle 3 sections, you'll take the, well, 3rd block of smooth quartz up and connect them together with upside down smooth quartz slabs across these 3. Which will give you 3 A's, I guess, triple A. Like the battery. Pretty much all this you're filling with black glass a block behind it. Now, in these areas particularly, if you take the bottom, you'll place black glass back diagonally from the smooth quartz. And then between those rows of 2, you're going to just, or between those black glasses, you'll have these 2 black gaps where you'll place pale oak doors like so. Well, if I'm building faster than I'm talking, that's just splendid. Again, you can then just extend those black glass and I guess the pale oak doors up with black glass to fill in these sections. And you also want to make sure you go behind the windows here on these sides with the same thing. If you just place a block behind the upside down slab of glass and then, you know, bring it down, you'll fill it in that way. I'm leaving it 1 block off the ground just because I don't need to fill that in. But that's kind of more of an interior thing, if you make the interior. And yeah, it should look like this. Nice. You pretty much want to copy on the left side what we did on the right now. So if you take the furthest right smooth quartz, you're going forward diagonally right and then right by 1. Place stairs on top of either and then 4 blue concrete on top of either from there. Oh, I have a gap there on the build. I'll take this top right blue and extend it back by 1. But I'll take the smooth quartz here at the bottom and extend it back with a row of smooth quartz on the right side specifically. And then the bottom smooth quartz I will extend to the right by 7. The left and right ones I'll place a smooth quartz stair on top of. Then 3 bricks. Then an upside down smooth quartz stair. And then 3 smooth quartz blocks. Again, the top 3 smooth quartz blocks along with the upside down stairs I will connect together with blue concrete. And then I'll fill in this opening a block behind it with black stained glass blocks. No panes in this build at all. Having the panes here would have been a nightmare because of these stairs. Although on these windows you could technically have it. I just thought it looked weird with the top regardless of what I did. And I just wanted the half slab. So it looks weird right now, but it'll look better later, I swear. The right side of the shape you just made, you'll bring back with the respective blocks. So smooth quartz, brick, or also smooth quartz. I'll extend the bottom smooth quartz back an additional row. The bottom 2 rows. And then the bottom smooth quartz specifically, I will extend to the right by 23. I'll then on top of the smooth quartz block row, place a row of stairs facing forward. Then 5 rows of bricks. Almost there. And then a row of white terracotta. And I'll give you a sec to catch up. It should look like this right now. That looks kind of cool as is, actually. It's like remove the logo entirely. That's the finished build right there. I don't think it looks better than it does, but finished. But this looks cool. Kind of like the like up and down. I did a modern house like that one time, I remember. It didn't look anything like a modern house would, but it was cool. So you want to take the top blue concrete on these little pillars of 2 on the left and right and just connect them together with more blue concrete. Extend the blue concrete up by 5 rows there. I guess you only need the front row. You don't really need it up on the left and right yet. I love placing blocks. And we'll get the letters out of the way so I don't forget them like I did in Menard's tutorial. Again, I'll take the slabs and I'll actually just switch it with the bricks for right now. And what you want to do is, if you take this bottom row of blue concrete above the doorway, you're going to trace it all the way to the left. From it, you are counting up by 1 and right by 2, and going up, place 4 smooth quartz blocks. Extend the top one right with a slab. Then below that, an upside down slab. Right of that, you're going to be half a block below, but you're placing a slab here. It should be on the same Y level, yeah, as far as full block or full number. You'll then go right of that with an upside down slab. On top of that with a slab, and then right of either of those, you'll place blocks again. Extend both the blocks here on the right and the slab in the center down with 2 blocks. Leave a gap of 1 from the bottom of that, and going right, place a stair facing right, and then a stair facing left. Place the same set of stairs on top that are upside down that face into each other still. The right stair will extend up with another upside down stair facing left, and then left of it I'll have an upside down slab. Remember that later, we'll need it again later. 1 block gap from the bottom of that, place 2 blocks moving up with a stair on top of that facing right. Right of it a block. This time it's a 2 block gap from the bottom and you're placing a slab. Right of it a stair facing left. On top of it an upside down stair facing left. Left with an upside down slab. Up with an upside down stair facing right, and then right with an upside down slab. Again, remember this one, we'll need it later. 1 block gap from the bottom of that, place 4 blocks extending up. You're taking the 3rd block up or the 2nd one down and extending it right with 2 slabs. Then bring that end slab down with 2 blocks. Gap of 1 from the bottom of that, you want the A again, so you have a set of stairs going right that face into each other. On top of that, a set of upside down stairs. Right one up with an upside down stair facing right, and then left of that, an upside down slab. You want to do this next thing twice. You're leaving a 1 block gap from the bottom of that and placing 4 blocks moving up. And as I mentioned, you'll do it again. 1 block gap from the bottom of that, you want an S again, so slab. Right of it, a stair facing left. Up with an upside down stair facing left. Left with an upside down slab. Up with an upside down stair facing right, and then right with an upside down slab. That's the front pretty much done, other than the... what's it called? I forgot what it's called. The roofs, yeah, that. You want to extend the top of blue concrete of this middle section back on the left and the right by 8. And then you'll join together at the very back. The smooth quartz that is below it, you technically don't really need to bring it back, but if you take this outer row, you should have 2 on both sides. You want to extend back an additional 5. And then I'll just connect it straight into the blue concrete here with the smooth quartz, although it won't actually connect, it'll just kind of be floating. And it should be 1 block off of the end row like so. Before we do the roof, let's get the pillars in on the corners and also the walls going backward. So, you want to, on the sides here where you have the, end of the brick walls, you're going to place a row of 2 smooth quartz extending up. Off each side of the bottom block, you'll extend with more smooth quartz, except for backward, and you want the only corner that you would have full is the front left here. And then you'll place smooth quartz stairs on top of those blocks. Now what you're doing is on the front 2, you're placing stairs facing forward, and on the back left one, you're placing a stair facing left, or back right to be facing right. Extend each of those stairs up with 6 blue concrete. And it should be the same height as the brick wall. And again, you want that on the other side. So blocks just to the right of the base here. Then blocks off each side of the bottom block of that row of 2. Stairs on top, and then 6 blue on top of each stair. It's hard to explain the way the stairs work in this. It's kind of like breaking my brain. Anyway, on these sides from there, you're going to take this row of 2 smooth quartz on the inside of this pillar, and you're going to extend it back by however many you want. 5, 6. For me, it would be 35 back. Only with the bottom smooth course, and you'll also connect together at the back, which is quite a long side overall. And so I would look at this, and again, if you're going to do the inside for this, I would leave the back wall open, and as you essentially do the inside, however, if you want to push it more forward, more backward, whatever, you can do that. Although, for me who doesn't care about that, I'm going to place smooth chord stairs going around the blocks here that should always just be facing outwards. Wish there's a faster way to do this, because if I try to do this, it's going to eventually either do that, or it's going to start facing sideways. Ah, maybe not, actually. Haha, I've harnessed the power. And then on top of that, you'll place 5 rows of bricks and your 1 row of white terracotta, which will make all the walls the same height. I'm going to slash fill all this because I don't feel like doing it manually. Because I'm trying to, like, Twitch stream after I record this, and, you know, I, like to give myself the most time that I can to do said stream. So, yeah. This wall. And yeah. The ceiling for this one is weird. How do I know there's a better, like, a good way to go about it? We're just gonna have to kind of do whatever. But yeah. There's a couple things we'll have to change also as we go about it. Anyway, you should have this. Now, one thing I'm immediately noticing before we actually do anything else, so that I just remembered, the back of the portion that has the Marshalls logo on it, or the letters, the back row of blue specifically, and only the full back row you're bringing down with another row of blue concrete. That'll be more important later, but just it's nice to do that. So, get rid of 2 things. I'm going to get rid of the pale oak doors and the black stained glass, because those are 2 of them I for sure won't need. And get out spruce slabs, and as a placeholder, spruce planks. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to, but I'm going to use spruce planks just because I think it's easier with the colors and everything we have. So on top of the top row of the walls, you're going to go around and you're going to place spruce planks just on top. You won't be able to see this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Although I'm picking spruce because spruce is the ceiling color overall. And I do feel like keeping it consistent kind of makes sense. Go around this. And this. Nice. I'm not done yet, but nice. Almost there. It should look like this. Off of the outside of the spruce planks, you're going to go around in the same fashion with upside down smooth chord stairs just circling entirely. There are, if I remember correctly, there are 2 of these we are going to have to get rid of and replace with something else. But I'll mark those later or mention them later because I don't really feel like mentioning them right now. And especially once we have all these stairs in, it'll be easier to be like, that is the one we need to get rid of. But yeah. Not a long tutorial, which is nice. I like when these are shorter. That's why I do like the store tutorials overall, because, like, at least when they're non-refresh, don't even get me started on refresh, in general is longer. But, like, these exteriors are fairly short, usually. I think the longest they might get is, like, 35 minutes if I'm having some really complicated build. But even this, which has a good amount going on, is, you know, going to be 23 minutes, maybe. Unless I'm missing, I might have missed a clip or something and I just forgot about it at the beginning. Anyway, you should have this. So the 2 stairs are on the sections here. It's the middle section with the 5x4 window of glass. If you take the outside of it, you'll notice you have a smooth chord stair directly on top of, like, the row of upside down stairs going across the front here for the main wall. This one you're breaking and replacing with a smooth quartz block. You'll see why in a second why we needed to do that, but yeah. And if you want to also do the same with the ones behind it, you can. You can't see it anyway, but from this point, this is probably the most annoying step on the entire build. On top of each upside down smooth quartz stair, or I guess the block here, you're going to place spruce trap doors just going around. the way I'm doing this is I'm doing the normal slash fill, but I'm holding shift and like fly at the same time, which allows you to speed place the trapdoors. It isn't perfect, as you can tell. Like, I think it's better to have it a little bit in front of you, so whenever that happens and it places an extra trapdoor, it goes directly in front of you and stops you. So you can just immediately break it. But it is definitely annoying, for sure. There's an angle you can get. I might have gotten it. Where it won't place any extras. I think I had it for a sec. And then it just all went downhill. But, yeah. The bottom portion should look like this. And you see it gives you this nice little trim. The one downside to this, if you want to know it, is because of trapdoors and the way they work, these won't actually render in from a certain distance. Doesn't matter necessarily because of the roof behind it anyway, and I think by that distance you wouldn't really notice it. On some builds like Playco, you can definitely notice when they deload, or when they unload. But with this one, it's not a huge ordeal. Can you, like, stop? Is that too much to ask for? I don't know why they don't make that like a thing you could do. Speed placing trapdoors would be so useful. Anyway, you should have this. From this point, the roof inside of the trapdoors you're filling in with spruce slabs, and that'll be the end of it. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think of this build, and if you have any other suggestions, as per usual. And also, as per usual, I haven't really been building city builds a ton, but once I get back into them, I'll try to get through some of the suggestions I have. I don't think I've written them all down, so, you know, that's a problem. So if, you can always be like, hey, just, you know, to double confirm that you have this or whatever on the list. Because there's like a 50-50 chance. I know there's some I've also removed because I like regional stuff, because if they're in an area where there's, like, you know, only a small handful of locations, I generally don't do them. I think Menards had, like, the least I've done in a while. It was, like, 40 locations or something, or, like, it was, like, 40 to 80. It wasn't, maybe it was more than that, but it wasn't a huge amount, whatever it was. So I ended up still doing it because I was like, whatever. Might as well do something obscure every once in a while. But I try to keep to more of the known stuff most of the time. Obviously, that doesn't tend to be the case every time, but, you know. Nice. Yeah, just slash build it because it's so much quicker. Once you have done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your marshals complete. I'm happy with this one overall. Definitely different, I think, when you look at the, like, grand scheme. I don't do the 2-block bases very often, and I definitely don't use stairs like that very often. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night. Wow, I was just on point with 23 minutes, at least for this video clip in particular. We're at 22:40. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.